Starting today's routine, taking down my bunty knots and showing you how I safely take down my rubber bands that were actually holding my head together while doing this hairstyle. Now welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be taking you through a detailed 4C hair wash routine that is going to help you so much in length retention and hair growth. Now the first step in my wash routine is always detangling, and this is what I do before I start all the shampooing and everything like that. I'm going to start by hydrating my hair just so that this process is pain-free, and I'm also going to be using flexi gel just so that my hair is a lot more slippery when I detangle. Now going with the comb, I start detangling my hair from the tips all the way to the roots of my hair, and just like that, this is just going to help so much to minimize breakage. And when your breakage is minimized like that, then you're now able to retain length. So you're going to need to repeat this process. Just do exactly as I'm doing. Detangle your hair like this, and you're going to see a very good difference in your hair growth. And for this process, if you don't know what to use to detangle and you don't have access to flexi gel, you can also use aloe vera gel or any kind of product that has that slip in it, just so that it's a lot more easier for you to now detangle your hair. And another important thing when going for a detangling pre-poo treatment, just make sure that whatever product you're going to be using, it's not too oily, because you don't want something that's going to be too hard for you to now shampoo it out. So this is the best product you can use because it's water-based and it's so much easy for you to now rinse it out before doing all the shampooing. Remember, shampooing is mainly about getting rid of all the excess oil and cleansing your hair and your scalp, so you don't want to be adding more onto that. And another important thing to take note of when it comes to detangling 4C hair is the type of comb you're actually using to detangle. Remember, you're working with thick hair, so a thick comb is definitely what you're supposed to be using to detangle your hair in order to reduce hair breakage. And the main reason why I'm always putting my hair in twists after all the detangling is just so that my hair does not shrink back. And you definitely don't want your hair to be shrinking in the middle of your wash day routine. And 4C shrinkage is just going to be there, because one thing about 4C hair, it's going to shrink, and when it's shrinking like that, it's just tangling all over again. So that's something that you don't want. After all that detangling, this is the amount of hair that came out. So follow all those steps that I just showed you. And now for the second step, which is shampooing, I'm going to be using black soap to shampoo my hair. The African black soap is brown like this, and I actually just love how it feels on my hair. So for this process, you can definitely use your favorite shampoo to cleanse your hair. Now I'm going to shampoo my hair twice. The first shampooing, I'm going to focus on my scalp. So this is where I'm going to do all the scrubbing on my scalp. After all the lathering, I'm going to get a scalp massager like this, and I'm going to scrub my scalp until I feel like it's clean enough. Just like that, I'm just going to wash my hair. This is me getting rid of all the excess product that I was using to detangle. Now I'm just going to rinse my hair, making sure that all the foam is out. Just like that, rinsing the sides and everything. Now I'm just going to take down the twist for the second shampooing. And this is because for the second shampooing, I normally like to shampoo my hair all at once. So for this process, you can just still leave your hair in twist and still shampoo. I just feel like it's a lot more easier for me to do it like this. And also at the same time, I get satisfied feeling like I did properly shampoo my hair. Now I'm going to do the final rinsing just like that. And after all the washing, I always like to dry my hair with a towel because it does not strip off my hair compared to a shirt. It always works very well. Now, after cleaning all the things that I was using to detangle and everything, this is the third step. We're going to now condition. Never skip a conditioning process in your wash day. Now, I'm going to be using moringa powder, mixing it with my deep conditioner. It helps so much with hair strengthening. That is why I always like to use moringa powder in my hair products like this. And this is also the best way if you want it to be so much easier to wash out. So never mix moringa powder with oils when you're doing a pre-poo treatment, because it's not going to be easy to wash it out. So this is the best way to actually use it into your hair. I'm also conditioning my hair in sections like this, just so that all the parts of my hair are properly conditioned. The main purpose of a conditioner is to introduce moisture into your hair, because you know how your hair feels like after all the shampooing. You want it to get a little little bit soft and so much easy for you to now work with it and also do the moisturizing after everything. Now I'm going to leave it in for about like 10 to 15 minutes after all the conditioning, and that's just when I'm going to rinse it out. Never leave a conditioner for longer than an hour, because if it's going to over soften your hair, then your hair is going to get way too soft and way too fragile. And your hair being fragile is definitely something that you don't want. Now, after all that rinsing, the final step, now it's moisturizing. And this is one of the most important steps that contributes so much in hair growth. And don't get me wrong, all parts contribute greatly to hair growth. But you see, moisturizing, when your hair is always properly moisturized, your hair is happy. And that is when now your hair grows a lot. So moisturizing on clean hair, now that's a great contribution. Now, this is me flexing a little bit about the length of my hair. This has been the routine that I've been following and has helped me so much in my hair growth. Now, to moisturize my hair, I'm going to be using whipped shea butter like this, or you can also use organic unrefined shea butter, the very best. I'm going to moisturize my hair like this, opening the sections just to make sure that all the parts of my hair are properly moisturized. Because my hair is thick and it's 4C, I'm going to be doing heavily moisturizing, and just so that I only need to moisturize my hair maybe like twice a week. And then now I'm going to follow with the growth oil like this. The growth oil was DIY. It was mixed with castor oil, a little bit of olive oil, and then chili powder. I just let it sit for about a few weeks. And just like that, it was ready for use. And always on my wash day, I always like to put my hair under an easy protective hairstyle, just so that when I want to style my hair during the week, I can easily take it down or things like that. I could easily style my hair. And I'm also trying to show all the steps while I'm doing this African threading, so it's a little bit like a tutorial. And if you're looking for a protective hairstyle to do on your 4C hair, this is something that you can actually learn yourself and do. It's a low tension hairstyle, and it's going to help so much when it comes to improving your hair growth. And also try as much as possible not to be doing tight hairstyles on your hair, because not only do they cause breakage and affect length retention, but they also cause your hair to thin, and that can make your hair to be stuck on one length and your hair not being full or growing very well again. Now, this is me showing you how I attach my hair as I continue with the African threading. And one thing I'm going to tell you is that when it comes to hair moisturizing, always moisturize your hair on your wash day. Do not wash your hair and leave moisturizing for the next day. Rather do it seated or takes break in between, but just make sure that you're going to moisturize, because after all that washing, your hair is very much free. It feels like the pores of your hair are more open. So when you now moisturize your hair like that, your hair is more accepting of the moisture. And that is when you're going to see that is when the moisture actually stays in your hair for long. Because during the week, even if you hydrate your hair and moisturize, you're going to realize that the moisture in your hair doesn't actually stay as long as when you moisturize your hair on your wash day. And that is to show you the benefits of actually moisturizing your hair on your wash day. So follow all these steps exactly the way that I'm showing you. And for this protective hairstyle, if African threading is not the protective hairstyle that you want to do, you can also do thick twist. That is also very good. Just make sure that you do a protective hairstyle. That's just going to allow you to leave your hair alone. And if you're a beginner in Afro hair care, this is another important thing to take note of. Repeat this process and be consistent with your routine. You're definitely going to see a good difference in your hair. And just like that, this was just a full detailed wash day routine.